Okay, is this the Oliva, whatever?
Little Caesars.
Oh, it's Little Caesars. They got a portal code, right? Okay.
Some of them do.
Yeah, really. This is a little busy little dash area. Right here. Right there. Little Caesars. Tonight I got to bring all this stuff up, and then we got to organize it in the good old apartment. And there's stuff in the trunk too, and we live in like a 650 square foot or 600 square foot or something like that. So tonight I'll probably go in with the cheesy double beef burrito Taco Bell. I believe it's 560 calories. Because we got a lot of stuff to move. Head to Taco Bell, double beef burrito. Well, it's cheesy double beef burrito. This is a $2.49 one. It costs $2.49. About 420 calories. How many calories is it?
520.
Oh, it's 520, okay.
I believe so.
Because of the extra cheese they put on it. All right, so we checked in, and looks like we have reward points, but we're just doing something simple today. We're going for the burritos. 2 burritos coming up. Going for the cheesy double beef burrito, one for Linda and one for me, 560 calories. So that's 1, and that's 2. Total comes out to be 558. With tax, it's 604. Time to check out. Skip those. You get plenty of those in a minute. And the total is 604 for the 2 cheesy double beef burritos. Taco Bell, don't forget to hear the bell. Shows this quiet little table right here. I go for the mild. And lately I've been doing a couple of hots. And a little more wild, a little more hots. Got the mild and a couple napkins and copyright above and waiting on the beloved. Courtesy of water. Put a little bit in it so the cup is full. No problem. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. A little free ramekin of red sauce. There we go.
Thank you.
You're welcome, beloved. Okay, let's see here.
Oh, I'm in the chair?
I kind of like how they put it in the bag. 1 double beef for you.
Thank you.
With 26 grams of protein.
Wow.
And 520 calorie count. But we gotta use this for advertisement.
Oh, yes, of course.
Here. Let's see. There we go. There you are.
Hello. We had a long, fun day today. We're at Taco Bell.
Got to wash my hands. I'll be right back. Time to do a bathroom check. Give him a thumbs up. Or let's have people say, never pray over fast food. I always do. Okay. All right. So red sauce and very much clearance sauce. There we go.
Supposed to show the inside of it, y'all. This is the double cheesy beef burrito. Comes in a nice, probably 8-10 inch tortilla. Some shredded cheese, beef, wait. Okay.
All right. Copyright.
Quick tortilla, beef, beans, cheese, and sour cream.
Got it. Perfect.
Beef, beans, rice, sour cream, cheese.
Got it. Well, this is pretty civilized. Use a fork and knife. We got to cut
like a
here for
sushi.
copyright. Here goes the 560 calories I took in, but Taco Bell has the best app and they're the fastest. What were you talking? She was talking stuff about America and getting jobs. Anyway, we're appreciative of Taco Bell anyway, even when we're on diets. There's that. There's a sign. There's organic Linda blocking. There she is. Now she's in the right spot.
So what I think about America. Come on, what are you, a snail?
A snail, what's that mean?
You're a snake. Shh, no, come on. Hey, y'all, I'm trying to teach him. Come on. Gentle. Gentle. No, gentle.
Okay. There we go. All right. Now we're on our way. All right. So a quick story about Cole Spivey is really, I think, and I was at 1,000 subscribers, but I'm pretty much there, and I owe it really all to Jordan the Lion. I know that sounds crazy. I don't know if he watches my show, but he probably doesn't have time, just like all the vloggers are always busy. The reason why I actually started vlogging was because I saw a show about the son of Charlie Manson, and I thought it was like, what is this? And that was Jordan the Lion interviewing Matthew Roberts, I think is his name, who's passed away, God bless his soul. And then from Jordan the Lion, just watching all his vlogs, I started binge watching a lot of Jordan the Lion. So I decided to do a mini documentary about Jordan Lee, who's Jordan the Lion, who met Shelley Winters and started his channel Dazed with Jordan. What's it called? I know it's Jordan the Lion. Dazed with Jordan the Lion and his dog Jaw. Anyway, I think it's called. I'll have to look it up, the official title. I know it's Dazed with Jordan the Lion. Anyway, so from binge watching his shows, which a lot of people do binge watch vloggers to get to know him. From me watching his show, okay, sweetie, I mean, come on, all right? Sorry. I found out, for one thing, that he tried to be a rock star with his band Candyland, and I followed his story from Ohio, which is weird because I took mime in Ohio, in Gambier, Ohio. He's from Ohio. And so he went to Hollywood to pretty much be like a rock star, and he studied at a Hollywood school for guitars, for rock stars, to learn. It's almost like a school of rock, but it's in Hollywood. But he went there to learn about the guitar and to learn how to write songs, and to create Candyland, which was a band. I'll have to look up the name of the school, but it's in Hollywood. And I followed all that story, and it led me to Adam the Woo, because Jordan the Lion was an Adam the Woo fan. And I was like, who's this Adam the Woo? So then I started binge watching Adam the Woo, and then Adam the Woo goes into like editing and stuff. And I knew at that time, before I made the mini doc, I didn't really know you could make a little tiny show, 20-minute show or something like that on an iTouch, because I didn't have an iPhone or anything. But on the iTouch, I had an iMovie. And so I decided to make a documentary about Jordan the Lion called Jordan Lee, or Jordan the Lion Mini Doc, I think is what I called it. And it got like a bunch of views really quick, and it was my first viral. It wasn't my first viral upload, because I had a lot of uploads that went viral for like, I don't even know what reason. It was like an upload of a parking lot, and it got like a few thousand views. And I think Linda and I did one called The Filmmakers Hurricane Beach Ball Scene, and it started getting like thousands of views. But I think I uploaded the mini doc first of Jordan the Lion, and it started getting a lot of views. And then I started getting a lot of subscribers, and it started kind of going viral. So I was like, well, wow, this is crazy. And then I looked at Jordan the Lion's page, and it was a year that he was doing really, really well as a vlogger. It was one of his best years. And I watched some of his live streams, which I rarely ever watch live streams. And then I found out about Grim Life Collective, and then Scott on Tape, and the whole crew, because they're like a crew. And then, of course, German and Venice, And then I found out they all kind of hung out with one another. So there was like a scene, of vloggers, a literal scene. They're all over the United States, one being from Ohio, Adam the Woo being from Florida, and then eventually I followed him when he was first starting to make his big move from California back to Florida, which was Celebration Florida. Before he got to Celebration Florida, I was watching his stuff. And then I found out he had been doing it since 2010, and that's when I started my first channel, Pigeon 1, where I tried to make a documentary. It was kind of a narrative documentary called Bulb, which no one really watches and stuff. It's kind of a hidden channel that's just for that feature. And I started a manifesto called Pretty Dog 911. Me and my friend Rob, who's a playwright in town, and he helped start a manifesto called Piros. Miko Piros, I don't know, I can't remember the title. I just remember Pretty Dog 911, and it was kind of like Dogma 9 to 5. We were only gonna do movies that didn't have commercial authors. We didn't have robotic arms. We only used natural or lights from a bulb. That's why it was called Bulb, and that's where Bulb came from. And it was like an experimental documentary that I have not put together. It's only in daily form. So I eventually moved to Maine for 15 months. It was actually 17 months, but I worked there for 15 months in a place called Hardwood Products. And my neighbor was Bert Chavez, who was the owner of Burt Bees. It's a really long story. I wrote a novel called Escape from Me. So I'm kind of a novelist, I'm kind of a writer, and I'm working on a novel called Rib right now, which is kind of a twisted off version of Thomas Pynchon's Vineland. I'm finding out that Thomas Pynchon wrote something called Vineland, and I kind of compare it to that. It's like a radical guy that goes off. Well, he's actually an ex-cop. His name is Dwight East, and he gets convicted of a crime that he did not commit from a serial killer, and his name was Daniel Lucius Copex. It's all fiction, right? And it's like a real weird kind of cop drama, that I've been working on. I'm on chapter 78. Everything's gone to a halt. But there's a main character in it called the Dwarf. You have to read it. Some of it is on my fiction press under Ash Cole, and then all of it's on Facebook. It's the only novel that I've posted just on Facebook in segments, in just chapters only, to be updated and to be processed, meaning to be, it's in process, but it's also to be proofread and stuff like that. So it's like a novel in process that I just post randomly on my Facebook page, mostly in order. If you go to the Cole Spivey's Facebook page, you can scroll through the wall and you'd be able to find these posts that are all public. I don't know if Facebook's ever published a book, but hey, they're doing it anyway just because of Facebook's nature. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg was from Harvard. He might as well publish books without even knowing it, because Facebook allows you to do that. You can post whatever you want on Facebook. You have that liberty. Anyway, Okay, so that's all I wanted to say in kind of a random order, that it was kind of Jordan Lyon that got me involved in some of this. He's a big name in vlogging, and I haven't followed his channel as much as I usually do. Check in the Daily Woo, like pretty much almost daily. I've been following Adam going to Paris and seeing that adventure. I followed him when he went to Mexico, and I also followed him, you know, on YouTube when he went to Alaska, which I thought was some of his best stuff, was Alaska stuff. And I liked his English stuff when he went to England, when he went to the UK, which he stopped in the UK, and then he got it through Amsterdam and went to Paris and all his European stuff. Anyway, so I follow the vloggers. It does take time to do this stuff, and I think it does bite into my writing of the novel. But I think, you know, novels are sold all different ways. It's already kind of written and to be edited, but I might try to put together Rib. You know, Catch-22 was sold by Bumper Stickers in New York, if you ever followed the novel Catch-22. But I'm reading Vineland now, which is Thomas, I know, Thomas Pynchon, who P.T. Anderson is making a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. It's already been made. It'll be released coming up in September. I kind of want to see it. I've been listening to just the preview. Thomas Pynchon is hilarious, you know. But it looks like the movie's pretty serious and out there. I know that P.T. Anderson's by far one of our best directors since Hitchcock. I mean, he's an amazing director. I've liked him since Magnolia with Tom Cruise and Philip Seymour Hoffman and, you know, The Master. I mean, he's by far, you know, our greatest director. So if he says, hey, I read this book, I'm going to make a movie, I'm going to start reading the book, you know, follow along. Now, whether I'll get a movie deal with this, you know, I don't know. Maybe this is a movie. But I'm kind of a writer, you know, and I also think one of our great directors is Paul Auster, who is a novelist that did a movie called Blue in the Face with Harvey Keitel. He also did Smoke with William Hurt and Harvey Keitel. Incredible movie that was done by a novelist. Anyway, I guess I'm kind of running my mouth, you know, and saying a bunch of stuff. But yeah, follow Jordan Lyon's vlog. He has some really cool stuff. He's very kind of happy-go-lucky, good attitude. And then, of course, Adam the Woo. Calm down now. Adam the Woo, you know, he's helped so many other vloggers. Like, for example, Natalie Travels, who changed her name to Daphne. The Daphne Show is incredible. If you ever watched the Daphne Show, I was watching some of that the other night. And she's come a long way. And then I used to watch Tampa J and Chris the Girl. I at least look at their thumbnails, you know. There's so many vloggers out there. But you know what? One incredible vlogger, if you really want to watch a great filmmaker in the business of vlogging on YouTube, you got to check out Trent the Traveler, man. His stuff technically will blow you away. I mean, he's amazing. And listen, Grim Life Collective, they're nothing to sneeze at. Those guys are freaking serious filmmakers. Jessica and Michael. I was going to offer them a script I wrote called Grace, which is a Texas werewolf movie. They already produced a movie here in Texas when Shelley Duvall was alive. They just posted something on Facebook about Shelley Duvall. She lived here in Texas. But yeah, Grim Life is another great team. I mean, they're just as technically great as Trent the Traveler. But I've been watching Trent the Traveler just the other night. He released this recent vlog that was a point of view vlog. And a friend of his named Christian worked on it. And the opening and the whole thing is just completely addictive. That guy is a true filmmaker. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that out because, listen, I know I just kind of throw my stuff together, and that's all I have time for. Mine I consider kind of like a real vlog because all I'm showing you is what I'm doing, and I don't have time to really be fancy. I sometimes will trim it a little bit, and that's why you hear a lot of Scratchy, and that's why my cat's called Scratchy. Edmund Tuxedo, Scratchy Cassavetes. But I had a lady say that my stuff was kind of Cassavetes, and her name was Patricia Gillespie. And she recently, about a year or two ago, won it's called an Emmy. Yeah, it's called an Emmy, yeah, for a movie she made. I didn't get to see it. I only got to see some of the clips that she showed me called The Fire That Took Her. And she got an Emmy for it, and she's a producer. But she did talk to me when I was living in Carrollton for a while, and she followed me a while and also kind of disciplined me and kind of mentored me a little bit. But I was so happy that she won the Emmy. And so I just have a lot of people think, and this is like a 12-minute thing. I'm going to have to cut it short here. But it's all different fields, you know. And I also have a friend named Drake Dormus, who's a Hollywood director. Really, I should go to Hollywood. I know I should. But Drake Dormus is incredible. He knew Anton Yelchin before he died. And I worked with Drake on stage, on theater. He was a theater director at the age of like a young boy. But his mom got him into theater in Orange County, and he helped direct me in a play called House Divided with Eric Soderbergh, who's another rising actor that's in Hollywood. But Drake is incredible. He's done he's done many great Criterion Collection style kind of movies, like Newness. One that he did with Anton was Like Crazy. And he's kind of an underrated director working with a genius named Ben York, who's a writer. I met both of them. Ben's from the Northeast, but he came down to Hollywood. And they're like amazing. I'm waiting for his next movie to come out. He's like, you know, the next Robert Altman or something. He's a great director. I think probably one of his best movies you guys see is called Breathe In, which is another Drake Dormus masterpiece. He also worked with Kristen Stewart in a film called Equals, which is a sci-fi film. And I knew him because he directed me on stage. But like, there's just so many different levels that this comes from, because it's social media, but it can contain art. You know, anyone can just throw their indie movie on YouTube nowadays. So anybody has the ability just to become a director, just like that. You know, as long as they have access to YouTube. So YouTube has become its own little monster in Hollywood, and we're all like these critics and just instantaneous vloggers that are kind of like, what was that lady's name? I know you don't know any. Her name, Hedda. You know what I'm talking about? She was a Hollywood critic.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Anyway, I know her name was Hedda something, but they've talked about her, but I think I've overdone it here. But anyway, she was a critic in Hollywood that wrote about movies and stuff.
What year was this?
This is Hetty Hopper. Yeah, you figured it out. You freaking genius. Linda's a genius. Hetty Hopper. Yeah, she wrote about Hollywood movies. She wrote it. Yeah, she was on I Love Lucy. Linda's a genius. But by the way, Hetty Hopper. Oh, I'm not gonna miss the exit. We're in River Oaks, Texas. But you could be anywhere, you know. And Francis Ford Coppola kind of predicted this. Like, I know this is the last little thing. Francis Ford Coppola predicted the narrative and the narrative and the documentary joining together. All the filmmakers have predicted what's going on now. Even Lynch. Lynch had his own YouTube channel. That's where Today's Kitty comes from. That's what we're probably in, is going to Today's Kitty. It comes from Today's Number Is. I got it from David Lynch, who is definitely one of my favorite directors. Anyway, just want to end there.
Nope, I have one comment.
One comment.
I don't know if it's true or not, but what is Heidi Hopper?
It's Hedda Hopper.
Hedda Hopper. What is she known for?
A film critic.
Yes, but what else?
Well, she
wears crazy hats.
She wore crazy hats, and she hung out at pools, swimming pools, and she commented on movie stars. She made people's careers. She had that kind of ability in Hollywood. Anyway, we all have that ability now just by picking up one of these things, which is basically an iPhone. I mean, you got an iPhone, you got an attachment to YouTube, you're dangerous, you know? Like, you're a pretty big deal. Anyway, good night, love you guys, and we're going into Today's Kitty Is. But it won't be in for a while because we got to bring up a bunch of boxes to our place. Also, there was a makeshift band called Up the Street Band. They're like right down this way, right over here. Up the street. Yeah, right here, we're about to pass. They're a young band. They've been together since they were kids, like almost like first grade. There's their house right there. I used to deliver pizza to them. That's the Up the Street Band house right there. I don't know if they're still doing it, though. All right, that's some of it. I got this book, Death and Celebrity. I guess to pay tribute to Michael Scott, which he doesn't know that I know about him, too. There's another... Oh, wow. Cool. They got a Marlon Brando story. Fame's Deadly Under... I know, Kitty. I know. We're going to pay attention to you. We're just bringing up some of Linda's dowry. This was actually given me by her friend Dustin. There's the LA story one. Oh, this is cool stuff. So this will... I'm hanging on to this book for sure. This is kind of like my tribute to Michael Scott. And I got this greatest book team ever on Dallas Cowboys. I may give that to half price. And then this Mustang book, which is a collector. great Mustangs. It's 1969, 71. But I haven't done any true crime really at all, other than the grave to it's in Greenwood, Greenwood Cemetery. What was his name? You know what? I don't want to get into it. I haven't really done a lot. This is the play that I'm working on too. That's inspired by my sister's suicide. But I'm trying to think. I was trying to make a joke about the voice of The Price is Right. But that's not a crime story. But anyway, I don't know. Anyway, this would be interesting. Here we go. Hang out here. What'd you say, kitty? All right, here we go with today's kitty. There's one kitty and 9 lives. And each life has a number. Numbers 1 through 9. Here we go. Swirl the cat food. And pick a cat food. Today's kitty will be having Fancy Feast, Gravy Lovers, Salmon Feast and Gravy. There he goes. Yes. Here we go. There we go. You enjoy, kitty. Finished page 14. So far, these are the notes to Drunken Demon. This is page 14 here. Right, I read for page 14 of The Drunken Demon. McFly lays on the couch and opens his notebook and uses pen to add to his play. 3 boxes, normal size, 4x4 size, rest on the counter full of glassware, kitchen supplies, like long spoons, dried wrap noodles, and boxes of mac and cheese. I gotta make my L's longer. I gotta draw them. There. Dee Dee enters and begins putting away the contents of the boxes and cabinets in her pajamas. Dee Dee paces around and puts items up. Dee Dee. Too many dirty dishes up here and no clean towels. I was waiting for that to tip over and... McFly suddenly falls asleep. Storm and strum music arises with fog. Scary church organ blasts. Fog fills the stage. Cat meows. Dee Dee. He ate all his dry food. He must be bored. A Greek chorus member enters with Greek mask and tunic. He holds a black velvet robe and Commedia dell'arte masks with long nose. Zani mask. Greek chorus member. Drunken demon, arise. Now, I need to add a note. An important one, and the word is chance. There's a chant in it. That means chance. as in C-H-A-N-T-S, chants. Dee Dee stops what she is doing and falls into a quick trance. The Greek chorus member dresses her in the black velvet robe. Greek chorus member. And we're going to add chants. You are now the drunken demon. Dee Dee shoes the mask onto her face and becomes the drunken demon. The Greek chorus member exits. The drunk demon goes to the fridge and opens the door and removes a 40-ounce Bud Ice. She walks over to the sleeping McFly. She drinks from the 40-ounce and the beer flows off her mask and spills onto the sleeping playwright. Drunken demon. Wonderful, wonderful beer. My magic potion, my dear. McFly the playwright dreams as beer falls over his face. He spits it out. Lights down. This is to be interpreted like all plays, but this is scene 15, or page 15. McFly wakes. Fog dissipates. He picks up his iPhone and thumbs through it. Facebook. Thumbs to wall. He stands up. McFly limps around. His right foot remains on the ball of his foot to avoid the heel pain. A friend recently died of a heart attack. The old skipper, gone with the angels. Okay, great. Am I next? He limps around. I commune with the dead, just like Shepard did. He goes to his laptop and begins airdropping docs from his iPhone. Ding! I must still be around for the YouTube. The old skipper is inside me, guiding me. A ghost, surely a ghost. He is a ghost now, guiding me. I won't write about this. Nope, surely not. He was a father of 4. Wife has a show too. We both have about 1,000 subscribers. Dee Dee's asleep. She'll be the drunken demon in my play. Dee Dee, we play the substitute wife and the drunken demon. There'll be fog. Shakespeare communed with the dead too, right, Skip? It's weird looking through my eyes, isn't it? You died because you were more intelligent than me, and you're now my director, directing my play, my drunken demon play. Being a father wasn't your true mission. The Word was. The Word is. And now, the play is the thing. The play will catch the conscience of the king. Is the king our president, or God above with the angels? Only Hamlet knows, right, Skip? He has to help you write and direct it before he gets to heaven. This is fucking absurd. Got to say it. Hang on. It's near 5. Birds outside chirping. The play will write itself, and the ghost and dead playwrights will assist. So continue your YouTube show and occasionally show the notes. Take care of Kitty and Dee Dee. Beware of the drunken demon. Over and out. Skip's here. Get some sleep. Heart only beats so many times. Quiet. Lights dim to darkness. As McFly writes in his journal. Lights out. One more thing. The play is about the dead. Quiet. Lights dim to darkness as McFly writes in his journal. Lights out.
Listen, Kitty. I'm adding you to the opening segment of my third vlog. Our
today's kitty is. Which I don't even know if I did that. Ran off again, not being a good filmmaker. Alright, I'll put you in this segment here just because you made some noise. Yeah, thanks for coming back. Can you do something filmatic? Like a Robert De Niro. What would he do besides cry? Okay, that's it. Don't play with the plug. Hey, listen. You get one chance. Don't miss your chance to blow. Don't play with the plug. Don't play with the plug. Look what he's done to my couch. This is a $600 couch and I got it at Furniture Warehouse. Don't mess with the plug. And I mean the sick plug. You done? Yeah. You're not done, are you? You're going to the next room. You missed your chance to blow. Just like Eminem, baby. I'm talking about 8 Mile. I'm talking about 8 piles of catnip. You're too wired, Edmund. Tuxedo, Scratchy Cassavetes. Alright, that's it. Time out. Let go of the plug. I mean it. I'm not joking around with this my stuff. Kitty, I know you're having fun. That's the part that I don't. Oh, look at that. Yeah, just tear it up. Tear it up. You think you're funny, huh? Yeah, you're better than Robert De Niro, aren't you? Look at that. Look at that acting. That's a heck of a cat right there, huh? For the please subscribe. Yeah. Gotta show him your butt. Go ahead. Thanks for ripping up that couch over the last few years. I'm gonna keep this thing around. No, stop it. I've just recently moved the couch. Kitty, you're going to the next room. That's it. Time's up. Scram. Before I put you in a Jim Jarmusch film. I'll call him too. It's not going to be called Coffee and Cigarettes. You know what it's going to be called? You don't want to know. And it's not Kibble Bits and Cat Meow. Or Kibble and Bits and Cat Nip. It's called Cat in the Bathwater. And Dog in the Backyard. So we don't have a dog. Alright. This didn't make any sense, sorry. Kitty, go to bed. Don't even look at it. It's an Apple product. Stay away. No. Get back. Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow. Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow. What am I going to do with you? You think it's funny?